Hey, what is up, PMA fam? It's your boy, Dr. Pengu, aka Uncle Jemima, aka Light Pulse 94, aka
Allowing one trick.
UTV got bodied in semifinals, so we're gonna go ahead and watch the other semifinals and be sad. No, but what's up, guys? We're bringing you another semifinals match. Don't Ban Poppy versus Legends on Tap. This is the second and third seed from the regular season. It's going to be a really good one. The winner of this will actually go ahead and play KB, arguably the strongest team that the league has ever seen. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm sorry. Light Titties, say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
There you go. And we have Stuart Aaron. That's what I'm going to call him. Aaron.
Actually, just one A, but
Yeah, I know. Gan Wiener on stream. So
I hardly know her.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So thank you for that. But we're already into pick ban. Don't ban Poppy, banning the Xin Xiao Jarvan, and LOT banning the Yumi so far.
Big prominence on Legends jungle pool right now, both the Xin Zhao and the Jarvan being banned away early. Which is especially interesting because Legends on Tap is on red side right here. That makes me think they actually very much have something in mind for this first pick that's going to pinch the pool even more, perhaps.
Yeah, so they're going for a Legends MK pinch instead of a Frank pinch that we're used to seeing normally on PMS. Yes, I mean there's the
I know
Zillion.
what's coming. I don't know exactly what's coming, but they dropped the Zillion ban here, and they're leaving the Vel'Koz off, which is 100% a bait, because Jaundice is probably one of maybe two people in the pool who've played mid who actually play as assassins.
Mm-hmm.
So they're literally taunting Panic at the top and picking Vel'Koz at this point, I think, and the Kindred banned away by Legends on Tap. I'm interested to see if they focus more front lashes pool. Yep, they do. There goes the Vi, which is a very consistent ban.
Yes, the Vi was absolutely amazing during the regular season. I know he played it against UTD, and let me tell you that Vi hurt. So I'm very AVP went for that Vi ban. Just take him off of comfort. It does seem as if. It does seem like LOT. I don't know where the Yumi ban comes in. I don't know if Symphonia has just been having that in his back pocket the entire time. The Kindred ban, it's a little weird. I guess maybe it's just for strategy's sake. But the Vi is definitely just a front lash comfort pick that they want to take away. Maybe they're trying to kind of entice him into going into the top lane with that Poppy. But we do see the Sivir pick, the PMA LCS pick of the century, really, until the end of the LCS. I'm pretty sure Sivir's going to get picked in every single game until this freaking league crashes to the ground. Eventually.
Honestly, if we have to see more games of Sivir, I hope this league does crash to the ground. But anyway, that's Sivir first. Sir Everett's and Uramoose quietly spamming Sivir Braum for perhaps the entire season, and finally we're seeing a draft plan come out that at least does something to perhaps pick up on one of the strong points of the lot composition that they've been allowed to have for basically the entire season. So I'm really excited for that Sivir first pick. Sion.
Sion is really, really good right now. It's easy engage. You press R, you hopefully get about 2 or 3 knockups into a team fight. Either that, or you just stay in the middle of the team fight, like Brick Tamlin on Anchorman with a huge grenade, and you're just screaming at them because that's all you do. You're just a big man on campus, just soaking up all the damage that you can with a couple of knockups here and there. And we have a Hecarim pickup as well.
Ooh, I want to go in, and they want to go fast. And speaking of standing in the middle of your team with a grenade that Kennen picked up on the side of Legends on Tap there is definitely a Calp pick, and Don't Ban Poppy matching it immediately with the Sion next pick. Probably going to go over to Guy Fieri, and that should be a rough lane before he gets some items, but that should be a lane he can just stay safe and farm in for a while.
Okay. The Ahri pickup for LLT. Now, here's the thing. If I remember correctly, again, I could be just a boosted animal. I'm already a boosted animal, but I could be more of a boosted animal. And that may be a Legends MK mid?
I'm suspecting it could be a Legends mid, and at this point, who do they flex jungle? Maybe they flex Panic Top and put Acute in the jungle.
He
Maybe
did
the
play
PMA
Kennen Top.
LCS.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did play
I'm
Kennen
suspecting
Top and
that.
Tama LCS live, so it could be that.
I'm
We see the
suspecting-
Xerath ban on the side of LOT, and then we see an Ashe ban on the side of DBP. So they're trying to pinch, at this point, Sir Everett's 80 carry pool as much as possible. I really like the Ashe ban, mainly because that's a that kind of slows down their engage, and it seems that DBP now just want to run at them and control the engages. Ashe pretty much stops that. Braum and Kennen already do, but I think Ashe being one of the biggest 80 carry forms of CC is going to be like a really really good ban there, and the Orianna ban and the Sejuani ban, so all put it together.
I don't know who plays what on the side of Legends on Tap, but the Sejuani ban might be don't ban Poppy's option at stopping the flex. So I don't know what kind of info they're working with on the champion pools of other people besides Legends that could jungle for this team. So I could assume that one, the Sejuani might be targeted at that, and two, well, Legends has shown he can play pretty much anything at this point.
So here's the thing: Sir Everett's plays jungle.
Oh yeah, that would make sense actually, and then with the Tristana.
Sir Everett's does play jungle. You could put Fudgy Ditters, not Fudgy Ditters. You could put Uramoose. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, the Silas coming out. Definitely for Jaundice here. That's a spicy Silas pick, especially being able to steal the Kennen ultimate and the Ahri ultimate for kiting. I feel like Jaundice has a lot of things he can do this game with that Silas pickup. Oh, the Olaf pick coming out for Legends on Tap.
That's actually a Sir Everett's jungle pick.
Oh.
So are they putting Ben in the 80 carry slot?
They could feasibly do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. And that seems like a fairly reasonable answer to a lot of
Yeah. For those of you that just joined us, the reason why is because traditionally Panic at the Top Hat, he has played a couple of Ahri games, but it's not like his signature. While a Vel'Koz is in play, a Veigar was still in play as well. We've seen him play a lot of games on that. So it's not his traditional play style. So that kind of makes me think it maybe is a Legends MK mid. I guess we're just gonna have to see here in the Champs Elite. But aside from all that, team comp wise, we have DBP with the Sivir, Sion, Hecarim, Nami, Silas. LOT, we have the Braum, Kennen, Ahri, Tristana, Olaf. I almost called you Geo. Vitidis, who do you have here?
Well, that's actually a very rough one, and I'm very excited to see how this mid lane matchup plays out, especially if that does end up being a Legends MK mid lane, as those are definitely the two players who you look at both these squads and they would be the headliners, so, that's probably the star-studded mid matchup that could come into play. So, in terms of just looking at the matchup spread and just the raw what should happen there, Silas has a reasonably good matchup into Ahri, especially pre-6. And definitely being used as the counter pick for the Ahri means Jaundice has some confidence into that lane, so I'd suggest that skews it slightly. The Sion is going to lose in pressure against Kernan early, but can find that out and have a pretty good mid-game and late-game transition. And Sivir Nami versus Tristana Braum, that should be no contest. That should be no contest unless the Nami is walking up or either of them are doing stupid stuff. Tristana and Braum are going to be playing from behind in that lane, both in pressure and likely in CS. And the Hecarim is something that can also answer the Olaf's farm early on, just because Hecarim's clear speed's pretty reasonably good and healthy. The Olaf though does win out in clear speed and early game pressure overall, but the Hecarim has a lot to look forward to in the team fights and Conqueror. Overall, I really, really like Don't Ban Poppy's composition in this one. And it seems like with Legends on Tap, you have a lot of conflicting roles, but at the same time, each of their champions have a lot of individual playmaking potential. And, Olaf is a classic competitive good stuff jungler. Kennen can set up team fights well. Ahri offers a lot of individual outplay. It's not like Legends on Tap doesn't have options at all here, but I think overall I like DBP's comp a little better.
Okay. Yeah, and then that's who I have winning this game as well, just composition wise. I mean, Silas taking the Kennen ultimate almost every single team fight. I mean, it's like having a Kennen on your side of the field as well, especially with the huge go button of the Sivir Call of the Hunt. Guy Fieri is going to be ulting into these team fights. Hecarim is going to be causing mayhem in the backline all at the same time. And you kind of look at LOT's comp, and they don't really have a front line. They have the beefy nature of Olaf, with Braum maybe being the only semi-dedicated tank, but other than that, you don't really have a lot of health on the side of LOT. Meanwhile, on the side of DBP, you have the Scion, you have the Hecarim. Silas, I mean, you almost count Silas as a tank because of everything that he heals for on a major scale. So I really want to give it to DBP here, just team composition wise. But LOT do have everything early. If LOT can transition from the early game into the mid game, at least I don't even think they have to be snowballing. They just have to win the lanes, win the unwinnable lanes. Go even in the unwinnable lanes, I guess is the best way to put it. Win the mid lane matchup, and then Kennen be able to roam and just cause as much mayhem as possible in like the early to mid game team fights. I think LOT have a really good way of kind of stifling that DBP push. But in my honest opinion, I think LOT does not win this game past 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a scary time for that Legends on Tap composition. One of the last things you want to have is a lack of frontline against a comp that runs you down. The good news for them is they do have the Braum to fall back upon, which can help a lot. But I also feel like, you know, like sort of some of the prominence of frontlining as a support has kind of fallen recently, just due to both meta changes and the fact that the bruiser and tanky supports aren't exactly doing that well right now. But also, you're dropping items like redemption in the build and stuff like that, and it's good, you get HP, but you're not like a mega tank or anything crazy like that. So I don't know. I feel like they do have a decent amount of outplay potential. At least Tristana can blow people back. She has self heal. Once again, you have the Ahri, which can make big individual plays. And the rest of Dope and Poppy just decides it's time to into a cannon ult today. They lose a team fight for free, so it'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Okay. So we are now waiting for the spectator delay. That is in fact going to be Panic at the top hat on the Ahri in the mid lane. So they're not going to pull any changes just yet. I mean, it is game one. I feel like maybe they want to go ahead and try whatever it is their comfort first, and then maybe try and think about the future a little bit later. Nothing really much to comment on. I mean, the Ahri is going to teleport, so she's probably going to be going that Glacial Augment build. That's pretty popular nowadays in the mid
That would
lane.
seem really likely, and that would also be a great way to actually shut down some of the engage from the Stone Band Poppy comp. You drop the Twin Shadows, you drop the GLP, it spits the ice on the ground. How are they going to engage into that? The one issue, though, Guy Fieri's Scion just runs it down if he finds the engage they need. It's tenuous at best, so it's good in a pinch, but you can't just sit around in mid and expect it to work, though. So, it's another thing in the tool bag, but it doesn't single-handedly save them from the composition that Don't Bad Poppy's built here.
Yeah.
Speaking of things I want to talk about, though, I think one of the flashpoints in this game is going to be the Olaf versus Hecarim jungle matchup here. And Frontlash, the PMA LCS special, opting for the Ignite over the Ghost on Hecarim. That's going to be interesting.
I'm not sure if Maya is in the chat, but he can tell you all about how he believes that that Ghost is vastly superior to Ignite. I'm not a jungle main by any means.
Vastly superior.
Okay, so let's go through that. Why is Ghost the vastly superior summoner spell there?
So you just need Ghost as Hecarim in order to actually engage stuff, especially in the mid to late game. And in terms of just running people down, it's got so much utility to it. And one of the most important things is it also increases Hecarim's damage, because his passive converts, I believe it's 25% of his bonus attack damage. it's 25% of his bonus movement speed into attack damage or something like that. There are numbers in there. The name of the passive is Warpath. There's a 25% in there. Look at me, I'm smart, but not really. I can say random numbers. Woo.
All right, so we're just about to get into the game. About 15 seconds left. But one more thing that I do want to touch on is both AD carries opted for the heal, not the teleport that we've been seeing in the LCS. Why do you think that is?
Heal's usually the safer option, and it's just something that most people are comfortable with. And if you're not like really, really reasonably high elo, and you're not particularly well versed in, bot lane matchups and stuff like that, it can be difficult to play with the utility of teleport in the laning phase, especially when you lose so much dueling potential without the heal. And so,
Hello? Oh, okay.
Hello.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, you cut out there for a little bit.
That's unfortunate.
It's all good, but no, we do understand. So we're loading into game here. We're gonna stop at 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I think is the usual. Make sure you set your portraits. Okay, I am pausing at 10 seconds.
All right. I'm on voice hack now. I can get. Yep. Looks like you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I'm paused.
Yeah, I'm also paused. All right, so 3.
I also paused. I'm dead.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Alright, let's go ahead and hit you. Alright, so we are underway with game 1 of the semifinal match versus LOT versus DBP. And we have a pause.
Pause me, Alpha Boys. Here we go.
Yeah.
I actually only had to sort out 2 portraits. That made me very happy. RNGesus was good to me today.
Yeah, having their top laner as their captain. Go figure.
Yeah, it's genius, dude.
Alright,
So we so far in the future.
So we see an early stack here by LOT. Do you think they're probably going to go for the invade? Or they're just stacking to make sure they don't invade?
On paper, it does make sense for them to go for the invade against Don't Ban Poppy's comp, because they don't really have many group crowd control options level 1, and really the only reasonably strong level 1s they have is Budgetiter's Sivir with the Boomerang Blade, and Legends on Tap has the Braum crowd control to help set up the level 1 kills, and Tristana's Bomb level 1, just super good. So, and Legends MK as well with the Olaf axe. There's no reason not to invade. And Budgetiters has found himself on the wrong side here. He's going to flash out immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good stuff there by LOT. Great pathing. I think that's something to be said all season long. Just finding these nooks and crannies into the level 1 to like just catch their opponent off guard. Honestly speaking, I'd be really, really interested on the statistic of like level 1 flashes that LOT burn with these just these really, really good invades at level 1. It doesn't even have to be the fact that they have a strong level 1. It's just their positioning is just so awesome. Really good stuff there.
You think the stats on level 1 flashes blown or Uramoose Braum games is higher?
Hey man, look, I don't know if he's content with being in Braum jail. All right,
he's playing Mafia, Braum. I don't think you want to go as the jail. But then again, sometimes you can actually, if you're the Mafia, sometimes you do more in jail than out of jail. Honestly,
that is true. It's a lot safer for you in jail, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you have contacts in there.
But in any case, so pretty standard level 1s. Nothing too weird on the old keystones from what I see. Panic at the Top Hat did opt for that glacial augment start. So Everett's going the press the attack. Good bubble there by Symphonian early. That's definitely what they're going to have to do in order to just start to stranglehold this bottom lane and force Legends to come down here.
And then Fudgy and Symphony with the level 2 pressure there coming out of Sivir Nami. That's exactly what you expect to see in that lane, taking some ownership level 2. And Nami, a huge support and just like
that.
Yeah, huge support when it comes to both harassing and sustain. So Nami is one of the few supports that can really do it all in terms of what she does in the laning. Her one issue is getting sufficiently all in. However, a lot of her buffs and her healing is so strong that if you don't play it exactly right or get the catch when you want it, you actually just lose anyway when you all in the Nami. So it can be a very frustrating lane to play against for people who are not well versed in the art of bot lane.
Yeah, for sure. But as we see here, it's all even, minus the top lane by about 4 CS, 5 CS and counting. But pretty much to be expected right now. Bottom lane is just hard shoving for DBP right now. And
Early action here. Front Lash is on the scuttle, and the collapse is coming out of lots. They are almost always so good at moving together early in tandem as a team, and I think that's one of the big things that really helps them establish a lot of their early game leads in the 5mu Alpha LCS. And luckily there, though, Front Lash able to secure the scuttle and get out safe, though. So, you know, Don't Ban Poppy was waiting there and ready to go in case the fight actually broke out, but it didn't.
Yeah, really good stuff there by Front Lash, not wanting to take the fight.
Legends MK, though, he's been found with Bubble Lance from Sinfonia, and Legend's going to flash over the wall immediately. That's one Angry Pony. He's running him down. He is over there. The Braum gets the stun up, and here's the turn coming out. Front Lash going to get the Ignite dropped on him. Ooh, I think he's out. No, Everett flashes forward. That's the first one for Tristana, but Jaundice goes in, takes down Uramoose on the side. Tristana bomb, though, gives Sir Everett a double kill on the retreat, and Panic the Top Hat is here for the collapse. Sinfonian and Fudgy Jitters are soon to not be a part of this world. Sinfonian with the flash over the wall as Fudgy Jitters getting mowed down over there. And now this Na'Vi, now gonna be forced to run away. The Glacial Augment comes out, the Charm comes out. That's gonna be the kill secured for Panic at the Top Hat.
Man, oh man! So remember in Champ Select when I briefly mentioned that you know, they need to have a strong early game and kind of go at least even in the unwinnable lanes. Well, this is them winning the unwinnable lanes right now. Really good rotations there from Legends on tap, just making sure, as you said before, that everyone has their everyone has just mass communication. I mean, Panic at the Top Hat was there. Rightly so after Jaundice, but you know, the duo of Legends, Uramoose, and Sir Everett were able to just win the team fight out of nowhere. I'm very surprised, actually, because Front Lash went in deep, and he kind of found himself where a lot of Heckrooms find themselves, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm in their back line. Where's the rest of my team? Oh, they're just getting zoned off by the front line. So they're definitely going to have to keep that on track in order for that Heckroom to work. But really good stuff early there from LOT.
Yeah, and Hecarim, perhaps invading straight into the jungle against an Olaf is not really the game plan. You want to be dropping down, even though you do have Ignite. And as you said there, whether it's an issue of frontline versus backline or not, there just was no follow-up in that situation for the Hecarim to have on his side. You know, maybe thought the Ignite would be enough. I don't really know what he was thinking there. And Panic the Top Hat actually going to drop the all-in mid. Good juke by Jaundice. The chains come out, and the Q comes out. Panic the Top Hat. Ooh, he lands the Charm, drops the Orb. That's a solo kill for Panic at the Top Hat.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Jaundice because of the fact that Panic at the Top Hat hit level 6 before him, so he wasn't able to use the ultimate to be able to kind of kite around as well. Very well played by Jaundice, nonetheless. Definitely stayed alive a lot longer than I originally anticipated, and I'm sure Panic had a little bit of sweat there as well, but nonetheless, kill going over to Panic at the Top Hat. But going back to that discussion we were having over the Hecarim, there was no need for the Hecarim to go in there. Like we said before, this is a late game comp. This is actually a late game comp. They actually scale as much as we like to meme it. So, you know, bring the flash there from Legends MK, I think that should have been sufficient to just go ahead, burn the flash. Okay, the Legends MK can't be as aggressive, so I'll just try and make sure to shadow him in his jungle, get as much information as possible, and beat him on a counter gank. I think that's the way that maybe that it should have gone. Again, hindsight is 2020. Front Lash just had a little bit too much blood in his eyes there.
Yeah, very easily, and that play is one of the plays that turned awry. One of the things you usually don't want to do against Legends on tap is try and just run into their jungle early, as Legends on tap is one of the teams that is almost consistently there on the collapse first or ready to go. Legends on tap really has their early game rotations on lock for the most part, and Obviously this is PMA LCS. This isn't the cleanest League of Legends you'll ever see, but I easily think Lot has the best early game rotations in the entire league this season.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that, actually. They always seem to be where they need to be, honestly speaking. Playing against them during the regular season, it just always seems like, oh, okay, we have this member caught. Well, no, you actually don't, because the rest of their team is like right behind them, and your squad is nowhere to be seen. So I definitely do agree with that. Their rotations are very, very clean most of the time. We have seen very, very few instances of miscommunication there from LOT, but they've really, really minimized that throughout the season.
Sometimes the wheels fall off the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been known to happen before.
Yeah. Well, Hoagie's not wheels on the bus right now.
The double bubble trouble. That ain't Zoe.
So early
going down.
Yeah, early Dragon. That's going to be an Air Drake. Hecarim definitely is thinking that
the slam comes in, Account gonna flash out of the Scion. Ult drop by Account, but here comes the Hecarim over the wall. The Ignite is dropped. That's a kill for Front Lash.
Yeah, very smart there by Front Lash, actually. Waiting for the cannon to burn the ultimate and then making sure he was 908, 909. Okay. We'll pause at 9. I'm paused at 913.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me get an inputs in then. And I'm here.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, very smart there by Front Lash, making sure that he was behind the cannon and not dive into the tower while the ultimate was going down. Peeked out just a little bit for the Scion to go ahead and tank. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yuramu's being dangerously low.
Here comes the glacial.
Oh,
the buster shot comes out of Sir Everett, and that is a dead Sivir.
Clean.
Jaundice shooting sight on Panic with Top Hat's charm. Here come the chains. Jaundice trading with Panic. That's some serious damage. Meanwhile, Legends has found Front Lash in the jungle. Let's take that Grump away.
Man, he's just getting hit by these bubbles, but it doesn't matter. The tower does not care for him.
This stealing Ahri's ult there. He's going in. Panic Top Hat forced the stopwatch. Flashes over the wall to avoid the axe coming out of Legends MK, but he's probably going to have a little bit of a rough time getting this one, getting out of this one. He's charmed up and kill Panic Top Hat, securing that one.
Yeah. Right now, DBP are playing desperate when in reality they really don't need to. They honestly do scale. I mean, there's no reason for Jaundice to go in that early. They're being very man, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just being very impatient. They're being impatient. They're being impatient with this team comp. They drafted a very nice team comp that really excels in the mid to late game in the team fight. They just don't want to get there. They need to farm. The longer this game goes, the higher their chances are of winning. But it just doesn't seem as if they want to let this comp develop from what they've drawn up. And it's really, really sad to see. At least right now, that is.
Yeah, it's not even, I don't even know if it's a case of not that good of an early game. It's just not much respect being given over to the Olaf or the Braum in terms of the utility they offer throughout the early game, and it's kind of making them suffer as a team right now.
Yeah, for sure. But as we do see here, the Scion does have the Spirit Visage, so he's not really minding the cannon damage so much anymore. He's actually shoving the cannon in at this point, which is generally what you're going to be seeing on a early to mid game Scion. Granted, Guy Fieri is pretty safe in this lane at this point. Granted that the Olaf is not going to be here, but the Olaf actually on Rift Herald right now.
Yeah, and this is the Olaf classic. Olaf super good at selling objectives. Comes Front Lash over, though, with the Onslaught of Shadows. Everett's going to flash out of Symphonian Bubble here. And the bot lane duo makes it out of this one alive, but Sir Everett's forced to burn both summoners in that one.
And that's gonna be very, very crucial because Front Lash, still has the ultimate and can do this all over again in about 2 minutes.
That's very true, but Legends MK, while that was happening, is soloed up that Rift Herald. If there's one jungler where soloing objectives is the name of the game, it's gotta be Olaf. And earlier you saw that Cloud Drake being basically soloed up by Olaf, which would have happened anyway, regardless of whether they'd gotten those picks in the jungle. That's the classic Olaf rotation, is to finish like 1 to 2 jungle camp rotations and go solo the drags at level 5 to 6. Front lash, though.
Front lash.
On the Takarim, though, caught between a rock and a hard place. The kill goes over to Euromoost, and Legends on Taps here on the collapse. Jaundice looking for the back line. The Glacial Slam comes out. Jaundice found the kill while Pantaltop has slayed Symphonian, but Jaundice is going to get run down by a very angry Viking. The axe secures the kill for Legends MK.
Whew. Well then. All right, so ultimately, ultimately a 3-for-1 again. LOT is just, I mean, they're playing well to their composition. I mean, Frontlash was stuck between a rock and a hard place, didn't have the ultimate to get out, was not able to get out of there. He was almost out of there, but just wasn't able to do it. And now the mid lane tower is going to go down at the hands of the Rift Herald and 3 members of LOT. Man, you know, like I said before, if they play this this early to mid game and they're thoroughly on top, we're seeing a, what is that, a 6K gold lead in 13 minutes. This cannot feel good for DBP right now.
I mean, the utility that Olaf offers the compositions of any composition really in the early game is pretty insane, but with the mass amounts of crowd control and individual, like, it's a very good stuff's composition that they have built here from the beginning, and this Olaf is Olaf especially is really bringing the composition alive. That was cool.
Man.
On the hunt popped in order to get Front Lash out, but that's going to be the Infernal Drake secured up by Legends on tap.
Yeah, Jaundice kind of
on the side.
Yeah, he's trying to catch somebody low, but unfortunately all the members
not much to do for him right now. His top laner is currently absorbing his wave, so you know, Jaundice is gonna have to look for one. He's gonna have to take what he can get at this point.
Yeah, I mean, right now LOT. So let me ask you, Vitatis, what does DBP need to do in order to get back into this game?
They need to reset it and try and get. They need to get the lanes back into the situation they had before. They want the duo lane bot playing the game. At this point, it's rather difficult to do because Tristan is up 4 kills and was already up 3 kills off of that botched early invade that they had. So that perhaps already skews the lane pretty hard in favor of Legends on tap, but get the Sivir Nami back into the laning phase and also put Jaundice against Panic at the top hat mid. He was having a lot of success in some of the 1v1s against Panic at the top hat, and really that one solo kill you saw was just a result of Jaundice not expecting the level 6 to come and then just getting absolutely destroyed. And then top lane, Guy Fieri can easily answer a cow at top on the Scion. A cow really can't kill him in the situation. So they have the tools they need to try and stall this game out. Jaundice has decent wave clear, and he's found Legends MK, but that's so much damage coming out. That Kingslayer heal comes out. Legends gets the kill onto Legends MK. Jaundice flashes out, but gets caught by the Ahri. The charm lands. That's a double kill for Panic at the top hat. Symphonian gonna go down as well.
Yeah, at this point, Panic at the top hat is so far ahead. 6-0, 700 gold bounty, has that that GLP already created as well, along with the glacial augment.
Here he comes in with the unstoppable onslaught. Top lane front last is here. Double onslaughts coming out. Both the unstoppable one and the shadowy one means that's gonna be a very dead cannon. And Guy Fieri in front lash take down this top lane turret as well.
Yeah, but in the meantime, LOT is taking this second tier
teleport from the back from Jaundice, and they realize there's a Kayn behind them. The buster shot hits Sector Everett's into the turret. That's a very dead Tristana. But Jaundice though gets stunned up and CC'd by that Ahri Panic top hat. Drops him down. He's unstoppable, and Euromoost gets the finisher on Fudgy Ditters.
Legends on tap is scheming right now. He's looking for it.
Legends
he understands he doesn't have two ultimates.
Going for it. This is one angry Viking. He duels him. He slams him. That's so much damage. Throw the axes at him. And what does the Scion do? Absolutely nothing. He's going to get mowed down and destroyed by this axe-throwing maniac. Dude, you've heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is more like the Texas Axe Massacre.
Yeah, for sure. As Twin Shadows is now completed on Panic at the top hat as well. GLP and Twin Shadows. I mean, Panic is just so ahead right now to the one Luden's Echo of the Silas.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any criticism you could have for the GLP, the GLP Twin Shadows build, it's that it doesn't do that much damage. John is actually trading again with Panic dropping the Spirit Rush there, and now everyone's dashing around, but Panic is very fed, and he's going to take down Jaundice.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
unfortunate.
it's not a lot of damage, but it's still an entire item. You understand? Like, it doesn't really matter how you look at it. And speaking of, in the bottom lane, Sir Everett's already completing the Phantom
Front
Dancer.
lash, dropping the onslaught. Shadows, great. Buffered rocket jump to get out of that one. Now the Hecarim stunned up. He is very dead. Kill goes over to Sir Everett. Tower dive's called out. Symphonian is now going to get caught out. And Panic at the top hat goes godlike as they take down the tier 2 tower and one fishy girl.
Yeah, it's a 10k gold lead, 18 minutes into this game.
Yeah, it looks like things are going from bad to worse. Guy Fieri can get charged up and blown up. Kill goes over to Sir Everett.
Yeah, they're just going in one by one. DBP constantly, Jaundice dies in that little engage, and then Frontlash is all by himself trying to 1v1 then 4-2 Tristano with IE and Phantom Dancer already finished 18 minutes into this game. While he only has a Triforce, it's just not going to work out for him. And then it just kind of snowballs and snowballs and snowballs till everybody just one by one. You never want to go in one by one in a team oriented game, but DBP, I don't really see where their strengths lie in that.
Yeah, I don't know. And at this point, I don't know where the win condition is anymore. It's like we're already to the point of the game where the only win condition they have is stall, and Symphony can get caught out here again. Looks like this Nami's seen better days. Phantom Top Hat goes in to finish him off and go legendary as the second Cloud Drake goes over to Legends on tap.
It's just inevitable at this point. 10k, 19 minutes in. I mean, if you're DBP, you just gotta stall out. I mean, you're not really getting super minions just yet, so you just need to farm up waves, get levels, and try and claw yourself back into this game. You got a turtle against the Baron that's coming up here in about 10 seconds with the Caligma Bobway Baron, but I feel like this is going to have a little bit more impact, with the 10k gold lead and 3 Drakes. So yeah, we're gonna have to see if DBP can weather this storm that's coming right now.
I don't know if it's fair to call it a KB Baron when you're 10k up at 20 minutes.
It's a KB Baron, damn it, it's 20 minutes.
It's a normal Baron at that point. It's just when you're that far ahead. And yeah, I'd like to see Legends on tap going for some more control around this Baron side at that point, because just outright securing control over this Baron methodically and using it as a win condition is, for say like a 25-minute, 26-minute win like that, that's probably not going to happen, but it's a realistic outcome at this point if you look at the options Stone Pan Poppy has left in their arsenal, which really it's pretty much nothing they can do except stall and look for picks.
Yeah, I don't understand why LOT isn't going for this Baron. I guess they're trying to find a pick onto the Hecarim first, but they can thoroughly do this easily, especially if the Kennen does have. Well, actually, no, the Kennen does not have the TP available. Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably why they can't. That's definitely why they can't start it up without the Kennen teleport up, because at this point you don't have the Kennen to actually flank and answer and engage into the Baron pit. So Guy Fieri and Frontlash just drop their ults in the Baron pit, and Legends on tap really can't peel off, because the peel off call is you see the enemy contesting, so we peel off Baron in turn. You can't peel off Baron in turn when you're already getting engaged on. So then the Scion runs you down, the Hecarim runs you down, and just all of DBP's comp runs you down, they kill you in the Baron pit, they take Baron, and that's pretty much the only win condition left for DBP that involves them doing anything on the map at this point. And John just goes in with the Kennen ult. That's so much damage as Uncle Shadows comes out from Frontlash, but the follow-up is likely just not going to be there as Frontlash gets taken down. Legends MK goes on a killing spree.
Yeah, again, amazing rotation there by LOT, cutting off the rest of DBP from their carry.
That goes over. I feel like I've seen this before, but this is a real Kennen this time. And speaking of real, that Nami's real dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I do.
Well, they are. They are really dead. So you know,
Opposed to
he's
Unreal.
not wrong.
As opposed to Unreal dead.
But yeah, so amazing move there by Jaundice. A very good heads-up call there, but unfortunately, like we've said over and over again, there's no damage right now on the side of DBP. They haven't gotten to that point, and I was commenting earlier on LOT just cutting off DBP from their mid laner. Very good rotation there, but again, that's kind of what we expect from LOT at this point. That's kind of their gold standard, if you will.
Yeah, if anything was going to be their way back into the game, it was likely going to be that Jaundice ultimate steal, but unfortunately the follow-up just isn't there nearly in time. And you see Frontlash struggling to get to the other side there with that onslaught of shadows, and he's really the only one who could make it in to clean up the work that Jaundice had started with that, with that stolen slicing maelstrom. And unfortunately, the rest of Don't Ban Poppy just wasn't ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of tough to be when Jaundice is just chilling back there and all of a sudden goes in, but at the same time, you got to be ready to pull the trigger if there's any possible way you can get back into the game.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So we were talking about this Ahri pick, this Glacial Augment, 11-0-7, has the Morello Nomicon, has the Hextech GOP, has the Twin Shadows, has 10 stacks on that Dark Seal as well. I mean, it's so hard to kill the Ahri that's positioning so well, especially in the hands of Panic at the Top Hat, who is no slouch to to very, very good positioning, considering he plays a lot of control mages. So yeah, it's just you can't really see it on the side of DBP on this round.
And Cal can get caught out here in this top lane. Frontlash drops the onslaught of shadows, misses the fear though, but that is one conquery boy, and Frontlash takes down a Cow with the assistance of the rest of Don't Ban Poppy. Guy Fieri's going to make it out, and Jaundice has found Panic at the top hat. The chains go wide, the Glacial Slam comes down. Panic at the top hat goes legendary, and now Sion can get caught out here in the mid lane. That's another double kill for Panic at the top hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, just another questionable call. I mean, you had the pick in the top lane with the 3 members. I mean, you're not really going to get that dragon. Well, LOT actually doesn't get the dragon, but I mean, I don't understand what the contest there was really for. But
called out. Nami's going to be absolutely eviscerated, and it looks like Frontlash is soon to be afterwards. And now the double kill cleanup onto the turret dive. They are looking for the turret, and this inhibitor is sure to fall as well. Don't Ban Poppy absolutely spent at this point. I don't know what kind of options we have left, but oh, that Buster Shot was actually insane. The chains come out from Jaundice. He's trying to force at this point, and that's not going to get anything out of it. Legends MK goes unstoppable, and 4 members from Don't Ban Poppy are dead. Here comes the teleport into the base from Akio. Guy Fieri can get taken down. Double kill the Legends over here, and a lot is looking for the end. Yeah. This is likely going to be the end of the game here, as Legends on tap is onto the Nexus turret. The minions are pouring in through the mid wave. The next wave is going to be some super minions. I don't actually know. I think they can still end, honestly. You have Sinfonia and Frontlash up, and then after that, Jaundice and Fudge up. The turret dive is called, and Sinfonian's going to get annihilated again.
Yeah.
Frontlash able to get to the back line there, but once again, just not enough damage. And now Jaundice has come out. It's a cleanup central for Silas. That's a count going down, but the kites come out, and Jaundice not able to close it. And
yeah, but he does prolong this game just a little bit.
Yeah.
The Sir Everett's almost going down there, but the Triumph is going to go ahead and heal him back to a less than heart attack health.
Yeah, I'm flaming my mid laner right now, dude. Get me the heck out of this game. GG go next. They have 16,000 gold at 26 minutes, 4 dragons to 0, 7 turrets to 1. We only have 1 Nexus turret left. Get a dead in him. Honestly, dude, I'm open, bro. That's all I'm saying. Some games are winnable, but this one,
it's I mean,
hate
but
to see it.
yeah,
Exclamation Joe.
you definitely hate to see this kind of game, but it is a 3 game series, so I 100% think that DBP have the ability to get back to the drawing board and say, okay, you know what is it that we did incorrectly here? So just a little sneak peek. I think they just didn't wait until their comm actually worked. They tried to force their comm to work at 15 minutes when we already.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's just nothing you can really
This
do
is
there. Oh,
simultaneously. Oh, the engage is called, and that's gonna be a very dead Nami once again. And Guy Fieri, they're going balls deep under this turret. Unstoppable Onslaught comes out. He's lucky to see the light of day on this one. Onslaught Shadows comes out. Front Lash is soon to fall very quickly. Oh man, this is wow.
is that Baroon? I think that's a Baroon buff. Please let
Yeah,
it be a Baroon buff.
that's definitely a Baron. I won't
Okay.
lie.
All right.
This thing,
So I
yeah.
think they go ahead and they get the Baron here. They go to their mid lane and they just kind of they Cadillac it all the way to game 2.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
hey,
pretty
Jaundice
true.
is here.
I feel like I've seen this one before.
Oh,
Oh,
there he
bunch of
goes.
shot. Wait, the orb gets the cleanup. Oh,
Uh, okay, they're just gonna go ahead and reset, and I'm sure they just go mid. I hope they
these
just go
score
mid. And they
lines.
just,
Look at these
oh,
score
yeah.
lines on the side of Legends on tap.
Yeah. 14-0,
Oh,
10-2, 4-1
9
on the
and
prom,
1.
9-1.
Yeah, I'm flaming the top lane though. What the hell? What the hell's Zaki doing, man?
He's
Level
getting
4 and 9. Come
kill
on.
stolen into a Scion lane. What do you want from him?
How can he
You
get
want him to
kill?
kill the
How
Scion?
can
What
he
the
get
hell?
kill stolen when he has both the least kills and the least assists on his team?
Hey, man, he's just trying to make sure the Scion doesn't do stuff. I can respect that. I know what that feels like.
Yeah, dude, your team's just like running it down on all the other areas of the map and winning
Hey,
the game
I
for
run
free.
it
And you're
down
just
with my
chilling.
team. Hello, please.
Yeah, you're just chilling in top lane. You're like, all right. Oh, Jaundice. Oh, the
Yeah.
team fight's already broken out. Jones goes deep. Sir Everett is already godlike. And the Kiteaway comes out from Dopeban, Poppy, Guy Fieri, and Sinfonian here on the front lines. Running in. That's one very dead Nami and Guy Fieri soon to fall. Next is that's a double kill for Legends on tap. Legends on tap, they've broken the base. They're looking for the end here. They're on to the Nexus turret, and this Baron buff has the minions buffed up. Front Lash can get mowed down under that turret. Sir Everett goes legendary once again on this Tristana, and the Nexus falls. That's going to be game 1, going over to Legends on tap. Very convincing fashion.
20K. That was
Ooh.
20K in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. All right. So look. So here's the thing. Okay. It's not impossible for Dome Band Poppy to get out of this. I think he does. By the way, shout out to Jaundice with that tier and 4 Doran's rings at the very end there. Okay. It is totally possible for DBP to come back from this. Okay. Like I said before, I just don't think they played to their comp strength. They were forcing fights that they shouldn't have forced around the 10-minute mark when they should have just waited to get beefy and play loss reduction. I mean, we can pretty much tally this up to the point to where Hecarim went into their jungle. They had burnt the Legends MK Flash, but they still decided to follow it. I mean, it's those kind of tendencies that kind of snowballed this game into what it was. So I think DBP have the ability to just, shake it off, get back into this next game, because you're not going to start off the game, 13 minutes in with a 10K gold deficit, and I think they can pull game 2.
Yeah, that's one of those games. It's one of those games where I remember in the regular season where I played against Legends on Tap, SVT managed to 1-1 them, and the first game we got absolutely booty blasted. Like as bad as that was, it was almost that bad. And eventually, like 20 minutes in, I'm like, all right, it's whatever. Like we just need to reset mental at this point and prepare ourselves for game 2, because at some point there's almost no way you come back from a game like that. And so one of the things you can do in that situation is, like I said, just try and reset the mental and come back next game with a decent plan. And you can come back with renewed energy and perhaps play up to your full potential this game.
Wait a minute. Did Jaundice beat the record?
For
Hold
most
on.
stats?
For most
might have.
stats?
He might have.
So-
How many does he have?
Somebody go tell Rich. Sound the Rich horn. It's just a tie, right?
Yeah, 12 is
Okay.
yeah, it's
So-
very tight.
So what's the record? Hold on.
14, 15?
Is it so he was close, wasn't he? It was
He's very
16.
close.
Was it 16? Was it? Well, we'll look into that. We'll look into that. In any case, we're gonna go ahead take a quick pause. A what? MVP
yeah.
is going to be a series MVP. Playoffs.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So we'll be right back with game 2. So don't touch that dial or that computer or that space bar. I don't know. Whatever you touch.
Or yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be right back.